In this video, I'm gonna give you a demo on how quickly you can use Photoshop adjustment layer and layer mask together. So layer mask in general is a really good option or function that you can use in Photoshop. If you want to make some changes in part of an image, for example, if you want to do the color correction or any form of enhancement, you can select the area that you want and then go and like choose the adjustment layer and make changes based on the selection that you made. But another way to do that, you can just use layer mask. So make your selection, but instead of applying everything directly on the selection that you have, you create a layer mask from the area that you selected. So basically, it cuts out and remove everything else out of that mask area, and you specifically apply changes on the area that you targeted. So the benefit is that later you can make changes in your layer mask. If you, for example, have a selection that it is not very detailed oriented and you want to just like make it better or improve it, you can make changes in your layer mask. Or for example, if later you want to get rid of your layer mask, you can just like get rid of the layer mask. So let's get into it and you will have a better understanding. What I'm gonna do right now, my goal is to make some changes, do some color correction to that guy in the middle of the image. And I don't want to apply those changes in other area of the image. So first thing that you need to know that makes your work much easier, to make a copy of the layer that you want to make changes in it. So right now I'm gonna like make a copy of that layer. So what I do, I can just like command V, or I can duplicate the layer. So I duplicate the layer and I turn the bottom layer off, and right now I'm working on the top layer. So what I'm gonna do with one of the selection tools, I will select the subject that I want. In this case is this guy. So I choose the quick selection tool. I'm gonna like make a really quick selection without being worried about like all details. Later I can fix the selection since I'm gonna create a layer mask. So there is one option in the quick selection tool. It is called select subject. That toggle, if you click on it, Photoshop will analyze and consider like what is the main subject in your image and select it for you. Yeah, so it selected the guy for me. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna like create a layer mask from the selection that I made. So I will click on the layer mask, and as you can see, it just create a layer mask out of the area that I selected, and basically cut out other areas of the image for me. So if I disable, for example, the layer mask, as you can see now everything is there. So I'm gonna like make it enabled. If you want an inverted layer mask, then you need to hold the Alt key. Or another shortcut is to select your layer mask and do the Command I. You can see it inverts it. It does the opposite way. So I will do the Command I again because I want this area. So right now, if I turn on the bottom layer, you can see everything is back to the normal because I just made a selection. I still haven't made any changes, and when the bottom layer is on, since everything is since both layers are same and I haven't changed the size or like the position of the image, you think like everything is back, but the thing is that no, the top layer still is the cutout area and the bottom layer is the original photo. So I want to apply an adjustment layer to the top layer. Let's do and like go to the hue and saturation and you can click on one of the toggles, or from the adjustment layer here you can choose it from this menu and like select the one that you want. So I'm gonna do the hue and saturation, and I'm gonna just, for example, change the saturation and make it like close to black and white. Right now you can see, since all my layers are on, but still like everything is black and white, and I don't know why. I mean, I know why. I'm gonna explain it to you. When you apply an adjustment layer, if you don't specify which layer you want to target, it's gonna apply that adjustment layer on all layers underneath the adjustment layer. So if I want to target it just to the layer below adjustment layer, which is in this case is layer 1 copy, then I need to hold the Alt key, and when I move my mouse between two layers, an icon which is like a down arrow will pop up, and it means basically you can specifically target or mask it to the bottom layer. So I click on that area, and as you can see right now, just the layer underneath. So what is the layer underneath is just this one, the selected, the cut out, the mask layer. So right now it is only affected to, it is only applied to the bottom layer. So I will turn on all layers. And right now, if I zoom in, and if you see, for example, in this area, my selection is it wasn't perfect from the beginning, so you can see like some part of the hue and saturation is not applied to the whole uh, area of that I wanted. So what I can do, I can just use the black or white brush to make my basically enhance or make my mask uh, or change my mask with more details. So what you need to know, which is really important, and I mentioned in previous documentation and also video, I told you when you work with mask, you have to know one basic rule, that black color conceals and white color reveals. So in this case, this black and white area, it means it needs to add it because it's not working in this area of the image. Black and white is not working. It means I have to find a way to reveal. So I have to choose the white color to add it, to reveal the part. And I'm gonna choose the brush, and starting, also you need to go to this, when I'm doing, it's not working. Why? Because I'm not in the right layer. I need to choose the layer 1 copy and click on the mask because I want to apply those changes to the mask. So right now, if I start brush it with the white color, it again reveals the area that I want to make changes in it. So I can fix those details.